What's up, guys? It's your girl Michaela, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about something that is, yes, very personal to me. You know, I keep it real with you guys. It's how I've been managing to get over my ex. And for those of you who don't know, or maybe you're new here, me and my ex-boyfriend of, I want to say a little less than a year and a half, Nate, me and Nate broke up about a month and a half ago. And it's been a very challenging journey for me. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm trying to keep it real. But before I get into the details, y'all, make sure you subscribe, turn on the notifications, and like this video. So Nate, my ex-boyfriend, and I were together for about a little less than a year. You know, we were living with each other before that. And, you know, I'm the type of person, I can't be around just anybody. Like, I'm very selective with who I'm around, and I don't really have a lot of friends. Like, you guys know, for those of you who are subscribers, you know I have a best friend named Brazil, and me and Brazil, you know, we're close, but like, I don't really tell her everything. I'm very closed off, but I can tell you she's the one person that knows the most about me other than my family. And so, oh my gosh, I keep hearing things, guys. Sorry, I'm like looking around because like I keep feeling like I'm hearing things. Whatever. Okay. Oh, Lord Jesus, help me. Anyways, so yes, I'm really close with Brazil. Other than that, I don't really share anything with other people other than my family. Like, I'm very closed off. I'm always like really talkative to people though. But Nate, my ex-boyfriend, and I obviously knew each other very well, and we were around each other all the time. And it was really hard because it's like, once me and him stopped being around each other, stopped talking to each other, I felt like I didn't have anybody else to go to, you know, because we broke up. So when we first broke up, like a lot of people do when they first break up, I was crying. I was like, I love you. Regardless of the situation, regardless of who was right or wrong, I was like, I love you. Oh my gosh, whatever. And of course, I kept pushing him away more and more. Like, he probably was just so annoyed with me, ready to block my number. And I didn't know what to do. I literally Googled and YouTube ways to get over my ex-boyfriend. And luckily I came across this YouTube page. It's called Brad Browning, that's his name. But his channel was like Breakup Brad. I'm not sure. This is not a sponsored video, but his videos and his book, which I did read, called The X Factor, were very helpful for me. And it taught me a lot. And especially this number one rule I'm gonna share with you guys right now. Never beg somebody to love you, be with you, whatever. Because at the end of the day, just like the song, I can't make you love me if you don't. You can't make your heart feel something it won't. Basically, you cannot make somebody love you, and you can, you know, vice versa, not make yourself love somebody else, and you can make your heart feel something that it don't. So don't try to fake the funk. Don't try to make them fake the funk. And all you have to do is just keep stepping. And yeah, it's easier said than done, but at the same time, like, I was like, okay, Brad Browning taught me something. Number one rule, never beg somebody to be around you. Do not beg. And instead, immediately go into like a no contact phase. So I believe Brad Browning said, like, don't talk to them for 31 days. Unless they talk to you first, or unless you need to talk to them for a valid reason, like you left something that you really needed at their house. No, I'm not talking about your toothbrush, girl. You know you could get another toothbrush $1 at the dollar store. More like, you know, if you have your cell phone, your passport, your ID, something that you actually need at their house. Don't be petty and be like, I left my Q-tips. So don't be petty asking for your Q-tips, because chances are he's gonna think you're really petty and just trying to find an excuse to talk to him. So that was like the number one thing. I just stayed in no contact, and that really helped me get over my ex. Because for those of you who are like, oh, I heard that you lost weight because you were so sad over your ex. And guess what? That's true. I'm not gonna front. You know, guys, I keep it real with you. I keep it 100. And yes, that is what happened. That's not the only thing that really stressed me out. There were honestly like a lot of things that stressed me out during that time, to be honest with you guys. But that really just hit it for me because, you know, I don't really talk to a lot of people, and it's really hard to wake up next to somebody every morning, you know, kiss them goodnight, and then it's like you just lost everything. And for the women who maybe have been in my shoes before or may go through this in the future, make sure you have your own stuff. Make sure you got money saved up. Make sure that you have an escape plan. That's what I'm gonna call it, an escape plan in case things do not work out. Because, you know, especially if you're staying at a man's house, this man has a house. This man got a car. This man got everything going for himself. But when you leave, you're the one who has to leave. You're the one who has to get your life back together. You're the one who doesn't have all the things that he had or you thought you had when you were with him. So don't make that mistake that I made, because I feel like that made things worse. If I had my stuff together, if I was living separately, if I had my own things, then I wouldn't be as sad about where am I gonna go? I need him. I don't know what to do, you know? So during that time when I did not talk to him, of course it was really challenging. I was like, okay, I feel like I need him. I feel like I need to talk to him. My heart is hurting. I just want to hear his voice, even if he's telling me he hates me. And I realized that every time I felt like that, the best thing I could do was just pause and ask myself, is it worth it to talk to him right now? Will it do you any good? And I realized that every time I was begging him to be around me, every time I kept trying to talk to him, it was just digging me into a deeper hole. So I decided, Michaela, you don't need him to be happy. And that I said decided because you have to decide for yourself what is best for you. So I was like, you know what? Of course it's hurting me. You know, and going back to the whole hospitalization thing, yes, I was hospitalized. Nate decided to bring it up in one of his videos without talking to me first, but yes, I was hospitalized. I was losing weight. I was malnourished. I was dehydrated. I was depressed. I was anxious, everything. And I had to go to the hospital because I wasn't taking care of myself. And you have to realize too, when you're going through a breakup, it's okay to cry. But just realize that you're still gonna have to go to work in the morning. You're still gonna have to go to school. Your life do not stop because somebody broke your heart. Unfortunately, it doesn't stop. And you know what? I realized it's worth it to keep going and keep just pushing. I realized the more I took my mind off of my ex, I got to heal faster. So even if it's going to the grocery store, like writing down, what am I getting from the grocery store? Even window shopping. Shoot, I ain't got money to just be blowing, but it just felt good to just get out of the house and walk around and look around and even hang around like old friends. The biggest regret I have is pushing away the people I love for a man that comes and goes. Men come and go. Regardless of the fact that I felt like our relationship was forever, things change and people change. And unfortunately, like, you have to have a plan B. Like, what happens if things don't work out? If your life revolved around him and then all of a sudden you snap into reality and you realize you don't have anything without him. That's not fair. You have to have a plan B. What do you have saved away in case he leaves you? What do you have, you know, you just have to think about, like, what do you have as a plan B? And so just thinking about those things for the future, that helped me really get over my ex too, because I was like, you know, he's happy. He's probably hanging out around with his friends. He's probably talking to new girls, yet I'm over here stressing out about him. And so that really helped me just analyzing everything. I would write things down. Anything I felt, I wrote it down and analyzed what I was feeling. And it helped me get over him a lot because I was like, okay, this is what I'm feeling. It wasn't until, keep in mind, I was just doing my own thing, hanging around my girlfriends. I was not talking to guys yet. And I think that's an important number 2. Don't force yourself. Some people say the best way to get over a guy is to get under another one. No, that might make it worse for you. You could get over somebody however way you choose. You could even get under another guy. But I feel like the best thing to do is just analyze how you're feeling and where you're at. Maybe for you it is getting under another person, but also maybe it's just finding yourself. And for me, I wasn't ready to move on sexually with other people, but I just wanted to get to know myself again. So I started going to church. I started hanging around friends. I started, just doing things by myself that I used to like doing when I was single. So that really helped. And, I was doing my own thing. Randomly one day, I had to go get my stuff from my ex's house, and we started talking again. And I was like freaking out. I didn't know what to do because I'm not trying to have my heart broken again. And so we started talking, and, I had to figure out, like, what does he want from me? And that's where I'm at right now. I'm not gonna say I have this all figured out on how to get over your ex, because this is where I'm trying to get over my ex. I didn't want him to lead me on now or think that, he could get with me or, do things we used to do in a relationship while we're just friends. So that's where I'm at right now. Hopefully, me talking to you guys about so far what I've been able to do to get over my ex has helped you guys. But we'll find out, y'all. I'm still in this limbo with my ex. Of course, I still love and care about him, and I was able to get over him. But now that we're friends it's challenging for me to not start to have feelings again. And I don't want to get hurt and have to go over the whole process again. So I'll let you guys know what happens with me, but hopefully my words and what I'm going through has helped somebody else. I know that my situation's really confusing because, trust me, I'm just as confused as you guys are. If you're probably wondering, like, oh, well, did you and your ex get back together? This and that. No, we're just friends, but this situation is very confusing, and I'm not trying to allow myself to get hurt again, so I have to get over him again, if that makes sense. But thank you guys so much for watching, and just remember, y'all, you a boss. See you next time. Bye.
Tell me how I can be such a foolish girl. I should have seen all the signs you left with her. And suddenly I can't speak sober words, 'cause you take my sanity when you're with her.